The second point that I have actually speaks to how you communicate that stress. How you talk about and express the stress that you have around money is a skill that's worth developing. And if you don't develop it, you're in danger. Some of this is personal experience. I can tell you that my wife and I have been married since 2012. Our anniversary is right around the corner. Not the easiest thing in the world to be married that period of time. If you have been married that period of time, you know it comes with its highs and lows. But one of the consistent lows over the course of our relationship has been how we communicated our feelings about money to each other. We just could not get in a rhythm in terms of, do we keep our finances separate? Do we keep them together? Whose name is going to be on this card? Should you be able to spend on that card if we're keeping things separate? Or like, why didn't you tell me about that purchase? The statement was about to close. And how much do we put in this retirement account? Well, I don't know. If you're putting this much, then why should I have to put all of those things, whatever they would be? A lack of skill in communicating how we were feeling to each other put us in a position where it was just very hard to come to terms with how we were going to move forward as a family. Now, I can tell you, I've come across couples who do a great job of communicating and having the same goals, but I can also say that it does not imply an unhealthy marriage if you have different ways of going about managing money, or if you have different goals or different stressors. But the key is figuring out, how do we find a healthy way to express what we're feeling to each other? Because the alternative is not having a conversation that leads to financial harm. And I have not only seen at the audience level that cause harm, but on the client level, not only have we seen a number of relationships just not make it, and when you go through the reasons why, finances were one of the biggest of those reasons, but we see an even bigger number of couples where in the meeting room, I can tell that they've been arguing about finances. It is apparent, it's in the air. And even if the couple is married forever, the inability to get in the same rhythm financially causes long-term harm. But that's not just with a partner or a spouse. It extends to people outside of your household. When we did the episode where we talked about how to talk to your parents about money, and then another episode where we talked about why the holiday season isn't a great time to talk about money. And we'll link to all these in the show notes. I can't tell you the number of people who told us stories of how a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas or a Hanukkah was just blown up because of a negative conversation that they had with a family member, a parent, or sibling when they tried to work through things that have to be worked out. But the way that they went about doing it wasn't appropriate. It didn't speak to the needs of the person who's receiving the information. And instead of just bumping heads, there needs to be a pivot or an alternate route or a conversation that clears the air. And that's why I say soft skills of finances, figuring out how to talk about finances with other, is a skill worth developing.